Hello, my name is Pop. This video is an introduction to German. I'm calling it German 1 pronunciation and spelling. The typeset is in Old Germanic script. It's called Fraktur. That K is very difficult to interpret, and I put it down here in regular type so that you can see. The first topic is I, E, E, I. In English, we've got the rule I before E except after C, demonstrated by the words receipt and peace. I don't know about you, but I always got to think about it. The Germans do not have such difficulty. They don't have any exceptions like we do. Weird, there, Neil, Sheila. In fact, you will not have any difficulty at all with German spelling. It sounds like it spells, and it spells like it sounds. Your difficulty will be in learning how to pronounce the sounds that are not in English, which is the source of accents. German has some sounds we don't have. Similarly, we've got some sounds they don't have. In German, the I, E, E, I, the first one is silent, the second one is long. I'll demonstrate that with two common words, das Bier, der Wein. Beer, the I is silent. Wein, the E is silent. The nouns are all capitalized. I'll give you some more examples. The capital of Austria, Vienna, is pronounced Wien, W-I-E-N. And a guy from Vienna is called a Wiener. That's I-E, I-E, just like beer, I-E. Wein is E-I, and the E is silent. The first one is silent. The word to cry in German is weinen. Weint, he cries. That W looks very much like an M, so I clarified by putting in an M. Here are two more examples. Here is here. Weiß is white. I'm going to go to the next topic. Das Bier, der Wein, die Flasche. Das, der, and die. Those are the three words for the. We've only got one word for the in English, but German has three. Each one is associated with a gender. That's a foreign concept to Americans. Every noun is capitalized. Every noun has a gender. It's the beer, neutral, the wine, masculine, the bottle, feminine. Spanish has got two, el and la. And you might wonder why foreign languages do this. Well, the Chinese probably wonder why we even bother with the word the. They don't have anything. It's just a characteristic of the language. Besides der, die, and das, you'll see a couple of more. Des, which is possessive. I put an apostrophe here. But in German, they don't use an apostrophe for possessives. They just put an S on the end. Den, which is a direct object, and dem, indirect object. If you don't understand that, it's complicated grammar and you'll pick it up later. Die Flasche is the flask or the bottle. Those two words are cognates. You already know thousands of German words. They may be spelled and pronounced exactly the same. They may differ by one letter or two letters, or they may be an uncommon word in English. Here are four examples. Der Mann is the man. It's got an extra N and it's capitalized. And instead of saying man, they say Mann. Der Hund is the dog. The cognate is hound. They say Hund. The final D is pronounced very much like a T, and the U is very Germanic sounding. Hund. The next word is recognizable if you are in the military. It means to look at. The sergeant musters the troops. Mustern. Not to be confused with the last one. I must do it. Müssen. Those are cognates. There are thousands of them. I'll go to the next topic now. I think this is the most difficult pronunciation thing in German, the CH sound. There are actually two kinds of pronunciations for CH depending on if there is an I, A, E, or whatever in front of it. Your mouth is naturally shaped by the vowel. Ich is the word for I. It is not capitalized. Nicht is the word for not. Americans can't say it, so they'll use an X. Nix. Recht is the word for right. I consider an I and an E a sort of a kitty cat sound. Ich, nicht, recht. The other CH sound, if an A or an O is in front of it, is a different sound. Ach. It's deeper in your throat. That's the sound of exasperation. Ach. Hoch is the word for tall. Die Sprache is the word for language. I think of this sound as the sound you make right before you're going to spit out your toothpaste. Ach. Hoch. Die Sprache. Next topic. German has got 2 dots over 3 of the vowels. These are called umlauts. In English we call them a diaeresis, but actually we don't call them anything. We don't have this at all. You can either write it A with 2 dots over it or A followed by E. O with 2 dots over it or OE. U with 2 dots or UE. Here are some example words. The bear is bear, and you can spell it either way in German. If your keyboard has got the 2 dots, you can use it. If you don't, you put an E after the A. The word for king is König. The word for must is müssen. Here's the next topic. They make the SH sound with SCH. Herr Fischer, the fish. You've seen the movie perhaps Das Boot. It's not pronounced boot, but boat. 2 O's together is O. The arm is the arm. It's a cognate. Spelled the same, sounds the same. I put a U under there, capital U, because that capital A looks very much like a capital U. Here's my favorite, VW. The capitals are quite ornate and difficult to interpret. In context, of course, you can interpret them easily. Das Volk, der Wagen, der Volkswagen. They pronounce the L in folk, and the O sounds differently. Volk. Der Wagen, the cognate is wagon, but it means car, and it's got an EN instead of ON. There's a das in front of Volk and a der in front of Wagen, but when you make a compound word, you go with the last element. So it's der Volkswagen. Now this looks very complicated, but it's not. The CH sound, ch, has got 4 letters necessary in German. Think about it. The sh sound is SCH. Just put a T in front of it. Ch. That's what we're doing also in English. The word for goodbye is tschüss. The country is Czechoslovakia. Let's review. A V is pronounced like an F. Das Volk. Der Wagen. The W is pronounced like a V. EI, the first one, is silent. Wein. IE, the first one is silent. Beer. SCH is how you get your SH sound, fish. Two kinds of CH sounds. The kitty cat one, ich. The toothpaste, ach. The CH sound, ch. Tschüss. Das Boot, long O. They don't have a TH sound. That's why Arnold Schwarzenegger says dis or that. I just wanted to throw this in just for the grin of it. Ye old sweet shop. There used to be a letter in English for TH sound called a thorn. And they didn't have it as a typeset, so they put in a Y. It looked like a Y upside down. That's why you see ye old sweet shop. It's actually the old sweet shop. Last topic here. In northern Germany, they will pronounce the street as die Straße. In southern Germany, they pronounce it die Straße. Very reminiscent of the situation in Spain, where they have a Castilian lisp. The guy's last name, Garcia, in Spain is pronounced Garcia. And the word for 10, diez, is pronounced diez. There's a funny looking letter there that is like a capital B, but it's actually two S's. And I wrote it 4 different ways. Well, the Coca-Cola company attempted to knock off Dr. Pepper with Mr. Pibb, and their very first logo was capital P, small I, capital B, and they quickly had to redo their logo. The Leipzig Fraktur ligatures were developed by this fella. I got them off of the internet, P. Wiegel. I like them very much. I wanted to show you on a German typewriter now real quickly the differences. The layout's different. It's not all that different. There's 2 letters that are switched, the Y and the Z. They use a Z a lot, and they do it this way for some reason. They've got an O with 2 dots here, an A with 2 dots here, and a U with 2 dots here. They've got a 3rd level. You hit an Alt key and Shift and S, and you can see the funny looking S right there. Well, that's all I got. My name is Pop. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I have some other videos on YouTube.